You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. Because there was a lot that we're going to test out. So the first thing I already noticed, like this is a quite interesting PC. Also when you're looking at the specifications. Yeah, so I really love the design itself. Take consideration you can buy this thing separately. You can just pick it up from AliExpress and just buy it. Slap a hard drive in it with some Bodacera and you will have the same result. With this unique design and the power that's inside, you can play a lot of cool games. But the question remains, what can we actually play? This thing comes with an i9 Intel, but it is only an older one and in combination with an GTX, not an RTX. So this is not the most powerful one out there, but also when you're looking at them, sometimes you can find them for a pretty good price. But also take consideration, yeah, they are not really cheap. The Super Console X G6. It's just an Intel mini PC, comes with an i9 but it's a 9th generation in combination with the GTX 1650. But it comes also with the Intel HD Graphics 630, 60GB of DDR4 single channel, and later on we're going to be upgrading this to dual channel or 2x8GB, and an internal SSD or an M2 SSD with Windows 11 that we're going to later on test also on Emulation. But the first part I just wanted to check out with some Bodacera. Front we're going to get a very clean look. We have like the on-off switch over here, but the only thing is like we don't have any USB ports. A little bit of a bummer because I really love to plug in the controllers at the front part. On both sides we're going to get ventilation over here, and at the back we do going to get all of the connections, and we do have like some interesting ones. To begin with, we do get a jack out, RJ45 internet, we do get 4 ports USB 3.0, 2 USB 2.0, HDMI, display port, and Type C for charging, and we're going to get ourselves the input for the power supply. And the power supply, oh boy, it's a big one. So this we're going to get ourselves a 90 volts. This is almost like an 8 amp. So the power supply, yeah, we're going to need it for a powerful device like this. But again, it's a bulky one. But let's take a close look in the inside. Opening up, it's going to be super easy. We only need to have like a removing of 4 screws. We need to get ourselves a pry tool and you just can click it open and open it like that. Super easy. But when you took a close look in the inside, we do got this gigantic board. It's not like a big complexity where we have seen before with tiny chewy boxes. But the only thing that we're going to get is one big PCB. Here we have like the hard drive 2TB with Bodacera, and here we have like the gigantic cooler. The cooling design is quite interesting. It basically sucks the air from here, from the top. Yeah, I must say that I am not a big fan of this, because when you're looking at the case itself, you see there is not a lot of room that basically like gives the option to suck all the air in. We do have like a limited space, you can look through it, but it is just enough for now. Then we have like it basically sucks the fresh air and blows it out, and the side over here. So basically the other side doesn't really do anything if you ask me. And underneath the 2TB drive. But the weird thing is that they made the choice to only add 1 RAM module. So what I understand of like when you're having like 2 RAM modules, you will have like dual channel and way better performance. But nope, they just slapped 1 of them in. Why? Why? Okay, so next up, let's take a close look at the menu itself. Loading times will take up a couple of minutes, but when loaded up, we're ready to go. So when it comes to Bodacera, booting it up, and yeah, you're just going to get the same layout we have seen many times before. For the people who are just new to the stuff, like basically you can boot it up and you can be ready to play. And when ready to play, I mean like everything, like emulators have been implemented. You can even add your games if you want to, but there is so much stuff you can, let's say, add to this. And with the power that we're having now, we should like have like amazing performance, especially with the later systems. Think about PlayStation 2, Play 3. So I'm excited to test it out just to see how everything will work. We don't have like any issues with N64. And also another thing is like how is everything being configured. Next up, let's try some Sega Naomi. Same reason that we wanted to try it out is just we just want to see how far we can push it. We'll put it on full HD. With the chip box we have like a lot of issues when we're going to put it on higher resolution. But so far so good, no glitching whatsoever. Okay, let's start off with some Sega Dreamcast, but not we're going to do this basic resolution of 640 by 480. We're just going to push it up to the full HD just to see how it runs. But with a system with this kind of power, you just need to have like the best, let's say, resolution set to it, because that's what we're going to basically paying for. So recently I did try some different boxes, but we do have like a lot of issues with these cheaper chipsets. But here you can see even like upscaling to high resolution doesn't need to be a problem whatsoever. We do get some smooth gameplay. Okay, so next up some GoldenEye with N64. I put it also on high resolution, something I don't do very often, especially with the cheap boxer, but I'm more like, yo, what the heck, let's push it up all the way to full HD just to see how it runs. You can see some minor glitching in the menu, but it is more like an emulator problem. Let's see how the gameplay in general is. Now we need to figure out which button it is. Oh, there it is. Alright, so next up let's play some Thomas Wave. Well, we had so many issues with this game with previous boxes. We do get occasional hiccup. I did put them on the higher resolution like I did with the other games. I just wanted to see how it runs and how it will look. Alright, so next up I wanted to play some PlayStation 1 with full HD resolution in combination with DuckStation, just to see how it runs and how stable it is. Of course, now we have like such a powerful box that we can play easily games like this on higher resolutions. Pretty damn cool. It still looks like shit. This is, by the way, the first game that I ever played on the PlayStation 1. So cool. Okay, so next up GameCube with 720p, just to see how far we can push this bad boy. Just left the statistics and the left top corner over there. Did force him into 4:3 aspect ratio now. You can even like have a widescreen hack if you want to, but I'm not going to do that. Keep it simple, higher resolution. Alright, so let's see how it runs on 720p. Oh crap, wrong button. Okay, so next up I needed to like mess around with the settings because the normal settings were absolutely garbage when it comes to this game and PlayStation 3. I can say like the mini PC is going turbo mode now, so basically this thing pushes it to the limit. I'm curious if we can actually play some PlayStation 3 with ray tracing now. In the previous Super Console mini PC they had a lot of issues because it was not powerful enough, but with power like this they should be having no problem whatsoever. I have set it to 1080p. I'm just curious like how fast it will load up and how it will run. Now we do have some weird glitching going on, maybe we can fix with another thing, but I just wanted to see how the speed of the game is. Because yet with the Vulkan backend we can even push it up to 1080p. We're normally going to nerf the freaking PlayStation Portable. We're just going to push it to the maximum level. We're going to leave the buffered on, everything that we're normally going to do with tweaking to getting the best performance. We're even going to upscale it to 1080p, just to see how we're going to get some results. We do some minor hiccups here and there, but besides that we do get an amazing performance. Take consideration, out of the box this thing runs okay, but it will run on native resolution, unfortunate. Another great addition to the Battle Sierra lineup is Xbox Classic. Looking really forward to seeing how this will evolve in the upcoming years. Of course, like mini PCs like this are way powerful than the previous one I've reviewed, so we do get like amazing performance on this. Also, we need to have like a lot of updates maybe in the future to get every single game to run perfectly. Right, so we've tested out Windows but also Battle Sierra now. So I do have this idea that with Windows we can push it a little bit further. The dual channel gives us a little bit of an advantage with the overall performance. We can play a lot of AAA Windows games, but with the old GTX 1650 it comes with a lot of limitations when you want to play the later games. Hey, let me know in the comments what you think of this. Thank you all for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next video.